Hello Tiger fans and welcome to Talking Tigers, the only podcast in the universe worth listening to. We're coming to you live as always today from the Richmond Football Club Museum in the bowels of the great Jack Dyer stand. Wasn't it a relaxing weekend sitting back and watching us consolidate a top four spot without even playing a game? Gee, we're good if we can do that, Tone. On today's show, you will, Tone, you will have one final attempt at a top 10 without mentioning Royce or KB. I don't know if he can do it, JB. JB, you're going to attempt to inject a morsel of interest into an otherwise mundane, boring club news segment. And I'm going to reveal why. This is big news. I'm going to reveal why the Chief has switched sides.
Switched sides?
Yeah, he has.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. How are you, boys?
Yes, still, I'm coming good, slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah, very relaxing weekend. No Tigers playing, but
yes.
As you say, to just consolidate our spot. A long way to go, though, Matty.
A long way to go.
And there were some sides on the weekend that played some very good football.
Yes, there was. Just before we get into all of that, you can get involved with the show as always. Hashtag Talking Tigers and try and stump Greeners if you want. We got one last week.
Yes.
We stumped you last week.
No.
Hashtag Stump Greeners. But it was. The weekend results fell our way and we managed to stay in the top four without playing, Tone.
Yes, no, that's right. As I say, long way to go.
Isn't it an interesting year?
It's just a bizarre season. It's incredible.
Essendon towel up Port Adelaide on Saturday night. Carlton beat the Giants.
So second last beats the top team on the ladder, or they were at the time. And then Brisbane wins their second game, flogs Fremantle, who were the glamour team 3 weeks ago.
I know when Freo did the job against us, and then they followed that up with another win, and then the last couple of weeks, if you get the wrong team at the wrong time, it's going to cost you a victory. But
absolutely,
we're thereabouts. But
it makes our form. Essendon though makes our form look pretty good because we had 70 inside 50s against them.
And we did dismantle them that night after they'd got away to a flying start. They did that night, kicking the first three,
and they completely annihilated Port Adelaide.
Played some brilliant football.
Yeah, but that shows that our form stands up, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and that was a clinker of a game yesterday, Melbourne-Collingwood.
Oh, unbelievable game.
And we beat both those sides too. So so our form stacks up pretty well. But as Rancy said in an interview last week, you don't get into the final 8 on 7 wins.
That's right.
That's all we've got at the moment, so we've got a long way to go.
And did you watch yesterday? Just on
we
should mention too the big freeze beforehand.
Someone said that was that right? They'd sold 50,000. I think Sconnors said 50,000 beanies.
Yeah, it looked like a North Melbourne game in the crowd because I reckon half the crowd had a beanie on. So
it just a fantastic cause, and Neil Danner, you just got to admire. You just admire him so much.
I heard someone over the weekend say he should be Australian of the year.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I reckon he's got to be right on top of the list, that's for sure, doesn't he?
It's a cracking game.
Yeah. What do you think about the bye? I reckon the signs on the weekend, a few teams came out a bit tired after the bye.
Just a bit sort of flat.
Relaxed or flat or something.
Yeah,
Port looked flat.
Yeah, they did.
You can go two ways with it, I reckon.
And Melbourne, I suppose, because Melbourne had the bye, didn't they? So they were obviously a bit flat early to get, 5 goals down, but came home pretty strongly. I think Brisbane had the bye, so it didn't affect them. They were ready to go. About. Yeah, so it's hard to know.
Well,
hard to know.
The Tail tweeted in using hashtag Talking Tigers about whether we've done anything differently this week coming off the bye with our form not being the great. I think last year we beat Brisbane after the bye, but the year before we hosted the West Coast and didn't do so well. But I think the players
they trained all
weekend, took their break off the back of the North Melbourne game, and then they were back here on Friday focusing on it as a regular week. Whether that makes any difference,
they would have trained over the weekend.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the thing is, Sydney's had 9 days off. They've played on the Thursday, so they've had nearly as long anyway.
But then the dogs look like they did. They were a bit lethargic. So anyway, we'll find out Saturday at the MCG, won't we? It's going to be a big game. The Swans are in
absolutely
pretty good nick. You want to mention some of the stat stars
which I do twice a year, obviously at the halfway mark and the end of the season. This is the Richmond Stat Stars. Okay, so I picked like 16 key categories, which is your kicks, marks, disposals, all the whole thing, you know. And of those 16, Dusty, not surprisingly, features in the top 5 14 times. 14 times. I think he's actually led like 8 or 9 of those categories.
The category I like the most is the one you talked about before, the 25 disposals and a goal a game.
Well, this is competition-wide for him. So there's only
this is a big one, I reckon.
So 4 players in the comp right, average 25 disposals a game or more, and a goal a game.
Yeah.
Just 4. So there's Dusty.
Danger would be one.
Dangerfield, yeah.
And there's only two more.
Lines.
Two more. There's two
Zorko.
players. Zorko and Beams.
Says a bit about them,
it
doesn't
does. Yeah. But so 4 players. So that's really elite company.
With a minimum of 5 games.
Minimum 5 games, yeah. So that's really elite company.
And Nathan Jones was in there, but
he didn't kick a goal yesterday, so he just sort of fell out there. But so Dusty's in 14. Second player who appears in the top 5 the most times is I think TT's own now, Sean Grigg.
Yeah, who will make his debut here next week for TT, I think.
So Grigg is in 11 of the 16 top 5 categories,
Had a good year.
which is really, really good. And then, Koch has had a good year in 9 of them. And then Brandon Ellis, Basher Hooley, and big Toby Nankervis is in 6 of those. So that's, a really good sign that of how well he's gone this year too. So,
Yep. The other one, competition-wide, Alex Rance.
Yeah.
Again, the number 1 intercept player in the AFL.
He's number 1 intercept, and he's that far and away the number 1 for 1%ers.
Yes.
He's like, I think, 35 in front of the next best. So, yeah.
Liam Jones might overtake him in the next few weeks.
Yes, he might.
Geez, they pumped Liam up.
A little bit of hype about Liam.
He did play well.
To his credit, he did play very well.
He played very well.
He did indeed.
You want to mention the big stat coming up for Jack Riewoldt?
Well, Jack is on Saturday. Will break a 40-year record at Richmond. He's going to play the most games by a Richmond player ever in the famous number 8 Guernsey. Number 8 Guernsey made famous by Dick Clay, who was the previous record holder.
Disco Roach played
how many
Roachy
games? Played 200.
200 in it,
Yeah, and Roachy kicks over 600 goals, 607. But Dick Clay, 4-time premiership hero, played 213 games. Jack is levelled, and he will go past Dick Clay on Saturday with 214. So that's a real big.
He's going to play 300, Jack, isn't he?
He's every chance.
Yeah.
Can he get to your goal tally?
No.
No? Well, if he plays 300 games, he might.
Yeah, he will, I reckon. Yeah.
Anyway.
Good on him.
So well done to Jack, and let's hope he has a big... Wouldn't it be nice if he kicked 8 goals to celebrate the great 8?
It'd be great.
Reg Grundy's in good nick, though, who will play on him. Yeah, played well Thursday, big Reggie.
Hey,
interesting.
The Tail again has tweeted in.
Yeah.
Wants to know a bit about Morris Rioli Jr. at the moment.
Yes.
So you might have seen the Chief gave a retweet today to a John Perek article in The Age.
Yep.
About Morris Jr. playing in the under-16s national championships at the moment. So
he's only 14.
He's only 14. So
when would that make him eligible if we get him?
4 years.
2020, I think, is his draft eligibility.
Yeah.
So
gee, I got excited.
Vision. He's got good vision too, so that's quite appropriate. 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he eligible to go to Freo as well?
I'm not sure about that. Or not.
Someone
that needs
told
to be
me
clarified.
We need to work that out.
Yeah, it needs to be clarified. Well, just on that, because Patrick Naish has been selected in the
under
Vic Metro, and I think they start their campaign in about a week's time. So that'll be very interesting to see.
So that's for this year's
Patrick
draft.
goes for this
How
year's draft.
exciting will it be if we have Morris Rioli Jr. here?
Yeah. So they got a
Morris
little bit more info on him. That he's not a left footer like Morris, just a right footer.
Yeah.
Not a speed machine, but brave and quick reflexes and a knack of finding the ball.
And
he got 15 touches for Tassie.
He can take a good
he
mark.
takes a good hanger too. He can take a big grab too, which Cyril can do, and Daniel can do too. So
the Riolis.
One to watch.
Geez, Bruce McAvaney will be beside himself, won't he, Bruce?
Yes.
Delicious.
Hey, we've got the first All-Australian meeting today, Tom. That's why we're early. That's why we're early. I've got to get over to AFL House. Who do you want in?
Oh, I want the whole team, Richmond team in, really. But
who realistically is a candidate?
Dusty. Rancy's a lock, you would think. Yeah. Well, both those two should be locks. The skipper, Cochin's got to certainly, has had a very good season, Scotch.
Has to be in the conversation.
Jack Riewoldt has to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Jack. And the big Nanker has to be in the conversation.
There's a lot of ruckman in form though this year.
And the big Nanker's right up there. They must be in the conversation. Definitely. Yeah. So there you go, 5.
I'll throw them all up, don't worry.
All right, well, all the best for that.
There's a lot of names go up on the wall today.
How many midfielders can you get into the team?
Oh, I don't know.
So what is the criteria with that?
Well, it's got to be a balanced team.
Right.
A team that you could put out on the park.
Are you actually going to have a second ruckman this year? Because you didn't last year, did you?
No, and that was a...
You went with the sort of Richmond way of things.
But I guess if you've got like a Tom Lynch, if he made the team, for instance, he would be your second ruck. Go in there and take a few centre bounces. Yeah. But it's meant, you're meant to be able to wheel that team out onto the ground and it be a balanced team that you could play against.
But if you have, which you have, you've got so many top class midfielders, do you use some of them obviously to put to flanks, half-back, flank, half forward?
Well, you would. If Martin kicks a goal a game, you could select him half forward.
Ahead of specialist half-backs or...
Half forwards.
Or half-backs or half-forwards.
Yeah, well, no, you've got to try and pick...
know, do you?
No, you've got to try and pick a balanced team.
But if you've got so many good midfielders that are better even than your...
What doesn't he understand about what I just said?
You can't just put him in the back pocket.
No, you can't.
No, but half-back or half-forward you could.
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Probably not. Fair enough. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Right, yep.
A man who doesn't make many of your teams that you do, Greeners.
Yeah.
We've got to give a shout-out to TT's former own,
Yeah,
Brett Deledio, who
I was shattered on Saturday.
Good calf he's done.
Good calf.
He must be so frustrated,
mustn't he? Yeah. Oh, look, it's awful news, and just also because when you shift up there, so you've gone to, not only have you gone to a new club, you've gone to a new state to try and settle in and everything, and then the frustration that would come with not being able to get out on the park would be massive. So we do wish him all the very best, and hopefully he can get out on the park. And even if he gets there for the last month, gets some continuity.
It might actually be a good thing that it's his other calf and not the one that he's had trouble with.
And I don't think it's, from what I can gather, it's not that severe, but it's bad enough, obviously.
We wish him all the best.
We do.
I really hope Blitz can get out there because he's a good mate and a very good player, and it's not good to see players injured. So hope you get better, Bretty.
Hey, over the bye weekend, Matt, who's at Mafru, tweeted in saying, time to bust this bad boy out.
What is it?
And I didn't quite know what it meant.
What's he got, a new car or something?
I clicked on the link. And I had a bit of time to fill in, and it's our old friend, the ladder predictor.
Oh, no. Don't do Richo's head in again. It was bad enough 2 years ago.
I did it last week.
You did the ladder predictor?
I did the ladder predictor.
I can't even predict who's going to win the next quarter of football. Oh, how can you possibly do that?
If there ever is a year that you don't do the ladder predictor,
this is it.
It's this year.
So what have you come up with?
Oh, we made finals.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
We make finals.
I think Barmy's on his way down here now to pull the plug.
Doesn't he like the ladder predictor?
No, I would have thought
it's in his repertoire.
No, don't. I would tell everyone listening, do not do the ladder predictor. It does your
boys
head
and girls, don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's not safe to do.
Yeah. We'll whip through a few more tweets while we're on it.
Yeah.
At BDub75 has tweeted through.
Yeah.
With the link to the Gillette song from 1989. So
for our man.
Yep, for our man Lou,
Lou Gillette.
He's on his bye week this week.
Can I just mention, because we didn't mention off the top of the show, the song. We didn't mention why we went with that.
No, we didn't.
Was your
we went with the Batman theme, of course, from the Batman TV series, because the great Adam West, who played Batman, he passed away late last week, aged 88.
I grew up with Batman.
Oh, well, I did too. And that, it was the original sort of Batman series. It was brilliant. Yeah. It was very sort of camp and but it was just brilliant series. So if you get a chance, go on YouTube and have a look at it. The original.
My favourite villain was Burgess Meredith.
Who was the Penguin.
The Penguin.
He was brilliant.
And people who don't know Burgess Meredith, he was Mickey out of the Rocky
That's right,
movies.
out of Rocky, yeah.
He was brilliant.
And some great actors were in it, like Cesar Romero was a famous actor. I think he was the Riddler in it, or... so it was a great series, so that's why we're paying respect to that.
Yeah,
that's
good why we went with
Sorry,
Batman.
JB.
No, that's fine. Ash Rodriguez saying, how about a top 10 most underrated players for next week's show? For your top 10?
Top Tigers underrated, underrated Tigers,
Actually, this is your last chance today.
And then
you'll love today.
Surely Royce and KB couldn't be in that list. So
today?
We'll see. Or the underrated
Never
list.
you mind. You will wait and see.
Mick Stoney G's tweeted in. He's coming down for the game this weekend.
Good.
Good to see.
How many will get there this week, do you think?
50?
I would hope 50.
Plus,
so
50 plus.
The South Melbourne supporters.
They've got about 10,000 members in Melbourne, haven't they?
And they've won 4 out of the lot. We'll get to that a bit later. There's a lot to play for. Manfred just tweeted in. With the abundance of mid-year reviews, will us, as a trio, will we give ourselves a rating?
Well, mid-year.
No, that's not up to us.
That's not up to us.
Maybe Manfred and the listeners could give us a rating.
Well, somebody tweet in at Talking Tigers. Give us a rating out of 10. It's our 168th episode today.
No, that's good. You give us a rating.
I reckon we've been in better form, but I think we're
going right.
consistent.
I think we're building. We're building something sustainable. Yeah. Just on Manfred, I was watching the Champions Trophy during the week, okay?
Yep.
There is a Manfred lookalike. I know, it was just very ordinary. But there is a Manfred lookalike in the Australian team.
Who?
Moses Enriquez is a Manfred lookalike.
Really?
I reckon he's a bit better looking than
Yeah,
Manfred.
well, anyone is, but let's face it. But well, he doesn't wear those jumpers for a start. But no, there is a similarity between Manfred and Moses Enriquez. Anyway.
Oh, Manfred, man.
There you go, cop that. And
Hope you're well, Manfred.
just
Yeah,
on
all the best, mate.
the email chain, we got
mail.
we got one in for Green, a Stump Greeners.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
This is
I like
from.
I've been struggling with it.
Did you send last week's TT out yet?
Oh, it didn't get back to me, Daryl.
Oh, yes,
Daryl, if
Daryl,
you're
get
listening,
back.
Daryl.
this one's from
Dazzler?
Reeve McLennan, who I think he's got a cupboard full of TTTs, but he's ready for another one. So,
Right.
at the end of the 1973 season, which we
Yes,
spoke about last
yes,
week,
yeah.
Richmond won the National Football Championship.
Yes.
Other competitors were Glenelg,
Yes.
Subiaco,
Yeah.
and which club from Tasmania?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Have a think.
Have a think.
Jeez,
Have a
yeah,
think.
that's very good. I'll have to have a think about that.
Can you remember?
I remember the series, but I don't remember. Yeah, anyway.
That's good.
That's very. I like that. I'll have a look, think about it.
I might have a crack at that one too.
There we go.
Penguin.
Yeah,
Your English penguin.
yeah. Well, there's a lot going on with the Chief, boys. A lot
Really?
going on. Yes.
Thought he would have taken it pretty easy with a week off.
Oh, no, he had a big weekend, the Chief.
Did he?
But it didn't end well for him.
What happened?
Well, I'm just going to read out some names.
Yep.
Yep.
And I want you guys to have a guess what these people have
Yeah.
that the Chief doesn't have.
Yeah, yep.
Something he'd really like.
Yep.
Kate Blanchett,
Yep.
the great Australian actress,
Yeah, mhm.
Academy Award winner.
Yep.
Another great entertainer from Melbourne town, Paddy Newton.
Oh, Paddy,
Yeah.
married to Bird.
Yeah, Bert's
Bird.
Bert's better half.
Yep.
Robert Doyle, the Lord Mayor of Melbourne.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Alan Joyce,
Yes.
CEO of Qantas.
Oh, not the former Hawthorn coach.
No, not Alan Joyce, Hawthorn
okay.
coach.
Yeah, Premier coach.
Sven Klinken.
Oh, yes.
You know what Sven is famous for?
No, not really.
One of the great medical researchers
Oh, good.
going around, Sven.
Yeah.
Paris Aristotle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work helping out the refugees coming into Australia. A lot of
Nice.
great work
Some fine work there. Yeah.
he has.
Yeah, done
Paris.
some great work there.
She. We're not sure if it's he or she, Paris. to
You've
be
made the
honest.
Damien Barrett mistake.
Oh, did you? Colin Dinnigan,
Oh, really?
the great Australian designer.
Yeah, fantastic.
And one more, Brian Burke.
Brian Burke, the
Yeah, one of our-
racing rider?
No, one of our great
Oh,
legal,
yeah, no,
legal minds.
Okay.
And Aussie rules player, Brian Burke. Okay.
did he play for?
He played a lot of footy.
Did
Brian.
Who?
He
Name one
services
club.
to Aussie rules.
Well, who did he play for?
Just get.
All right,
just-
yeah,
I'm
okay.
asking you a question.
Okay, yeah. Well, what do they have? They
What
have
do they have that the Chief doesn't have?
charisma.
No, well, yeah, that as well.
I think
What else?
Paris is a man.
Yeah, Paris.
You were right the
yeah.
first time.
I was right the first time.
Yeah. Well,
You know
apart
what they
from
have?
charisma.
Well, you know what they have that the Chief doesn't have?
What?
A Queen's birthday
A
honour.
gong.
A Queen's birthday honour yesterday.
Oh, no.
And he is filthy, the
Livid?
Chief. He is absolutely ropeable that all of these people got a Queen's birthday honour in front of
And
him.
he missed out.
He's not happy with Brian Burke,
Burke,
who's
he
a
would be-
legal profession.
Oh,
and
no.
football.
And Aussie
They're
rules.
his wheelhouse.
So he has actually changed. Now, I said at the start that he switched sides.
Really?
He was a monarchist up until 5 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, he's off the Queen.
He's a Republican.
He's gone to the Republic
Really?
now. Yeah, he's not happy with the Queen.
Jeez.
Yeah, one other thing, we know...
He didn't get on the blower to Philip.
Well, he
or
might
anything.
have. He
He might
might
have
have.
got on to Prince Philip.
Yeah, one other thing, we know that the trench coat that Brendan likes to wear this time of year, GR's trench coat.
GR's trench coat.
Roland wants back here
Yeah, he
in the
would
museum.
lose it back at the museum, yeah. There's a
wore it-
gaping hole in the cupboard there.
He
yeah.
he wore it again
Oh, no.
on Friday. They had a staff lunch up at Dylan Grimes Winery up in Mount Macedon.
Yeah.
Great, you were there, JB.
I was.
He
yeah.
could have laundered it first.
So he wore it up there. It gets a
Put
bit
it in the
chilly.
cloakroom.
It gets a bit chilly up there at Mount Macedon,
yeah,
Tone.
yeah.
You know where he put it? Now, normally you put it in the cloakroom, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
you just
yeah.
put it behind your chair.
Yep, of course.
And now Grimesy has a lot of weddings up there, and there's a nice wedding altar where the people get
Lovely,
married.
yeah,
He
yeah.
hung it on the altar.
Oh,
His jacket. He wanted everyone to see GR's jacket that he now wears.
no.
Just put it in the cloakroom or put it behind your chair,
You
Brendan.
know the worst thing is, he's gone and monogrammed the number 25 on the back of it.
Oh,
His old number.
He's kidding himself. Fair income chief, so he's not happy. He's a Republican now.
Jeez, that's incredible. Oh, pressure's on.
Didn't it get a clip in the opening?
Got a nice little clip. Mundane, boring.
Yep.
We just want some sort of
uninteresting.
The Redhead's giving us a 10 out of 10.
That's
review.
good.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's
We'll,
good, yeah.
we'll cop that.
Thanks, Jack.
It's just a big...
Actually, sorry, JB.
Oh, mate.
You
I
cut him
got
off.
No,
one
you
chance.
didn't mention the other bit of Redhead's tweet there. We got a 10 out of 10, but he reckons our boy Lou about a 7.5 at the moment. So
That's fair enough.
That's all right.
that's fair. He's got a list.
Scope for improvement.
He's only learning.
Look, this week it's all just about Saturday afternoon, 1:45 p.m. against Sydney.
Can't
it's a
wait.
big game, so get along there.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, or even if you're not, travel down.
Yeah.
The homecoming hero this week.
It's a big one.
Back to being our home game.
We could have even gone with it. The theme from Rocky. Tucky.
Shane Tucky.
Tucky's
Shane
the
Tuck.
homecoming hero.
So he'll kick a ceremonial goal before the game, but I think it would be more... He should go and win a hard ball, lay a tackle, and get a contested possession.
Absolutely.
Because he played 173. He still holds the individual record for most tackles and most contested possessions for
At
the
Richmond.
club. Yep.
Oh, Richmond. Is that right?
He was a beast, Tucky.
Oh, he's tremendous.
Equal
Tucky.
most tackles with Angus Graham with 14 and the most contested possessions on 23, which he got twice.
You know that list that Ash Rodriguez wants you to do?
Yeah.
I reckon he'd be in the underrated list, Tucky.
Would too. Yeah, okay, there's one.
Yeah.
Yep, so get on down.
He's still
fighting
He's still
too.
fighting.
Still
Yeah.
fighting.
He won his second bout, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think he's got another one coming up at the end of this footy season,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Yep. No, he's a beauty, Tucky. Good fella.
And before the music closes out, we spoke to Lou about it last week, the VFL curtain closer after the
curtain
Sydney
closer.
game. So it's here at Punt Road, or Swinburne Centre at Punt Road Oval against Geelong VFL. So that's this Saturday afternoon after the game from 4:30 p.m. So get along to that. And the injury list, well, there was nothing because it was the bye week.
Anyone may be back this week?
Or Nick Floston
Nick
will be the
Floston.
one to face
I'm
the
looking
fitness
forward
test.
to our boy
Would
too.
he come straight in, Nick, or would they want him to have a run in the VFL?
I reckon he might come straight.
No,
back.
straight
Yeah,
in.
we'll see.
I reckon our boy Jack Graham not far away either.
Good.
Yeah, he was out there training as well today. So
And the Bang and Olsen's going brilliantly too, aren't they?
They're very good.
Fantastic.
I might turn mine off now.
No, you need to be
So what are you going to do now?
switched on.
We want something
Well,
original.
you were hanging it on me last week,
Yeah.
saying it's a bit boring and all, a bit like you did with JB in the Club News, right?
Yeah.
Well, this week, given a lot of thought, I've come up with the top 10 Tiger one-game wonders. The players that play just the one game at
One
Tiger.
game only.
One game only.
All right.
One game. Now, I've done it in alphabetical order because, well, it's hard to tell how a one-game wonder, how would you rank a one-game wonder?
Well, you could. The best
Well-
one game you've seen for Richmond. Marty McGrath would have to be up there.
But he played more
He
than
played
one
more
game.
than one.
Oh, he did.
So
So.
that's the thing.
Sorry, I'm thinking first game. one.
No, I'm talking about they only played one game in their entire career at Richmond Football
go.
Club. So number one is Vinnie Crowe. Now, Vinnie Crowe played one game against Geelong, round 17, 1964. He then
Is
went
he
to...
related to Neville?
No relation.
thought he
No
was, yeah.
relation. He went to Hawthorn and then for a couple of years, and he went to Paran, became a gun VFA player. Played in Paran's 1970 Premiership side and was runner-up in the Liston Trophy. One game. Number two, Colin Dobson. Now, we've spoken about Dobbo before. Colin Dobson played the last ever game at Punt Road, okay, in round 1864. 64 against Hawthorn, okay. And he spent the entire game in his dressing gown on the bench, never got a run,
So
and
he-
never played again.
But he's registered as a game, but
It's a
never
game,
actually
never
ran
got on the ground.
Geez, you'd be flat. Wouldn't
One
you?
game,
Wouldn't
never
you be
got on the
flat when you
ground.
tell the grandkids you
Yeah, I
played a
know.
game for
well,
Richmond.
still, it's one more than I played.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dobbo. Very good. Very good, Scott.
We
It's
haven't
working
heard from
brilliantly.
Ben Dobson.
No,
have
we haven't. No. Anyway, number three is Jeff Dunn. Now, Jeff Dunn came over from St Kilda. He'd won 2 best and fairest at St Kilda, represented Victoria.
Yeah.
Was a reserve against Fitzroy round 3 1984 at Waverley Park, and I think he also spent the entire game on the bench. Never
not
got a
fair.
run.
It's
He
not
might have
fair.
come on late, but he got no stats, so I can't. But that was it. One game only, never again. Number 4 is David Henry. Now, David Henry played round 22 against St Kilda, 76 at Waverley Park as a reserve.
Yeah.
Got a run really late in the game.
Yeah.
Then became a doctor, a GP. Never played again. One game, one and
Bet
only.
Nick Jules next.
No. Number 5 is Billy James. Now, this is the legend of Billy James. Billy James played one game for Richmond, the 1920 grand final.
Yeah.
Our first premiership, kicked the match-sealing goal against Collingwood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? In that off-season that followed, went hunting, got shot in the foot, and never recovered from that. Never played another game. One game.
JB, this is the stuff we want.
You like
we learn.
That?
Okay.
We're learning stuff.
Yeah,
now, number 6 you can relate to because you played with this bloke. Number 6 is Nick Jewell.
Yep.
He's one and only game. We only played 2 games ever at the Wacker.
Yep. And he's coaching Sorrento now, Nick Jewell.
Right, so it was round 1997 at the Wacker. Had 5 disposals. He's one and only game. And then he, of course, became...
He played for the Bushrangers, very good cricketer.
Very good cricketer.
I think I've mentioned this on TT before, but after that game...
I think you have.
Nick Jewell went out and had 15 Crown Lagers. And we had a recovery session the next morning. Julie slept in, missed recovery.
And never played again. Never played again.
Dropped.
Ever played again. Now, number 7 is... Number 7 was a South Australian star, rover, Mick Noonan, who played his one and only game for Richmond against South Melbourne, round 4, 1971 at the Lake Oval. Yeah. Now, he was doing national service at the time, along with Malcolm Greenslade from Sturt. Malcolm Greenslade plays fantastic. Malcolm Greenslade played 2 games. Mick Noonan, the 1 game, kicked 3 goals against South Melbourne, had 21 disposals, kicked the 3, and later coached, as you said, Coach Fitzroy, very good player.
Punched through these last few.
Okay, number 8, Grant Oppie, the son of Max Oppie.
Yes.
The great Max Oppie, 43, tough Tiger, 43 premiership player, round 9, 1970 at the G, and then became a hotelier, had the Sorrento Hotel, and very good...
good pub.
Good pub, yeah. Number 9 is Joe Plant, who played back against Melbourne, round 17, 1925 at the MCG, and then became a fine state cricketer as well, okay?
How long does this sting go?
Very, very long. Still haven't gotten to any vocals yet. Anyway. Number 10 is your uncle. Uncle Roger. Roger played 1 game against Collingwood, round 8, 64 at Punt Road. Did he?
Yeah, got knocked out.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. Then went and played in Paran. Played in the Paran 66 premiership side. And then at Oakley. And then coached Clayton Juniors. Where Gary Frangalis was one of his players.
Listen to the sting, it's spun out.
And to complete it, what list would be complete without the great man Royce Hart? Royce Hart played 1 game for the Tigers. That's the Glenelg Tigers.
He did too.
In the 1969 grand final against Sturt. He got knocked out, but he played in that game because he was doing national service in South Australia.
There you go. He got Royce into a one-hit wonder.
There you go, Ash.
You are absolutely remarkable. We wouldn't mind having Royce out there at centre-half forward on Saturday against the Swannies. It is a huge game. Swans have won 4 of their last 5. They're in really good form. Saw them Thursday night. They dismantled the Bulldogs from go to woe.
So where do they win it?
They win it... I think where they would think they would win it.
Where did they win it last week?
Well, they won it out of the middle of the ground, and then their pressure and their forward pressure was elite. I think at one point, about 3 minutes into the game, they'd already had 5 or 6 inside 54 tackles. You know where they won it? Their team effort that they put onto Jason Johannesson. They completely blanketed him out of the game. So they're in good form. They're in really good form at the moment.
Yeah, but Hawthorn beat them the previous week.
Yeah, but they've won 4 or 5, and if you look at the form,
they're going well.
The form ladder and all the indicators, they'd be right at the top of all of them at the moment.
Matty, it wouldn't matter who we were playing this week because in this season...
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter because it's a tough game whoever you're playing. But you're right.
1 key each. 1 key to the game each. What's yours, Tone?
Mine will be it'll be one at the coalface, the midfield battle.
Josh Kennedy,
obviously against, and they've got a big group of very good on ballers.
Yeah, he just passed 1,300 clearances in his career. There's only 4 or 5 guys
So he
playing.
leads a very tough midfield, but our midfield's been going pretty well too. So I mean,
Luke Parker's finding his form again.
No doubt. But it'll be a huge battle, the midfield battle, and whoever can get on top, if we can even break even there, that'll give us a big chance. Because I think we can maybe get them on the outside, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the key matchup is always going to be Buddy on, Alex Rance playing on Buddy, or vice versa.
Rance on Lance.
That is what you would call a box office matchup.
It is.
But for me, probably a guy who goes under the radar a bit when you mention the top line midfielders is Jake Lloyd. And the year he's been able to put together off half back.
He'd be in All-Australian contention, Jake Lloyd.
If you take the game...
You're going to throw his name up tonight?
I think I might,
the game against Hawthorn where he got knocked out, if you take that game away, he's averaging 30 touches a game. So he gives them a lot of drive and a lot of good ball use. So we need to watch him and probably lock him down, I reckon. Yeah,
well, I'm going to go the ruck battle. I thought Nace Smith and Sinclair absolutely destroyed the Bulldogs last week.
And the big Nanker against his old club.
Yes. And he'll obviously want to play well against his old club, so I'm going to go the ruck battle. If Nanker gets on top of those guys around the ground, and I think he can. That's where he'll get them.
As long as he doesn't get frightened by Naismith's haircut.
Oh, how bad was that?
Oh, severe.
He did that himself,
Yeah,
surely.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just how he rolls.
So Nank v Naismith, that's my key
Okay,
duel.
that'll be interesting. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I heard from Cogs during the week.
Oh, really?
He wasn't happy with...
With the reference to the tent?
yeah.
It can be.
He reckons...
It can be.
No, he reckons he's a very organised camper.
Is he?
Cogs, yeah.
Okay, it's just not organised in a house situation, that's all.
All right.
And
Well,
the
I'm going
the shag pile.
Yeah, the shag.
The plush shag pile.
I'm going first here, and you
yep.
touched on it, but my yellow and black book special
Yes, this is huge.
is that Rance/Asprey, it'll be a team effort. If,
Raspberry.
Raspberry. Okay, they will hold Franklin to 2 goals or less, and that will be
Is that right?
That will be the key to winning the game,
Okay,
and that will be my yellow and black book special.
Good.
Yeah, wow. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Got a hold of us last time, buddy.
Oh, that was a horrendous
yeah,
game.
we don't
No, don't mention
put
that.
That was just
in the vault. It was a shocker. Anyway,
Horrendous.
well, you spoke about the job the Swans small forwards did on Johansson last week.
Hewitt, George Hewitt in particular.
And Tom Papley. This week I got Bashir Hooley.
Yeah.
He's going to be instrumental for us, as he was the week before.
Yep.
He's going to get 8 rebound 50s.
8 rebound 50s.
I like that.
Yep.
See,
going
that
well,
very...
Like that. There's a layer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richo told me to do a layer, and I just plucked that out of
Don't
the air.
take any
so-
notes of what he says. Just do what you want.
Why not?
8's
Because
a lot.
you don't know anything.
Actually, before you go,
Yeah.
have you got an answer for us for Stump?
Um,
I'll give you. It's also a city in Arizona, if that helps.
Have a think.
Arizona.
You can't get it? Oh, we don't mind giving T-shirts away. Have a crack.
Oh,
I'm going to go. I'm going to have a go.
go on. You have a go.
I reckon it was Clarence.
No, it wasn't Clarence.
All right. Let me have.
Oh, that's a Stump
Richo.
Richo.
Stump Richo, is it?
We've given a TT away.
Stump Richo. Or who was it?
It was Scottsdale.
Oh,
You
wouldn't
can't believe that.
Scottsdale.
I was about to say
Scottsdale, Arizona.
I was about to say it. Anyway.
Scottsdale are the Magpies.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And at the time, they had a
Scottsdale.
population of 3,000, and to get
Wow.
through, they had to beat. They needed to win their own comp, beat the premiers of the TFL, and then the
Wow.
Northwestern FU,
Scottsdale.
which means
They were the NWFU.
Northwest
Yep.
Football Union.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Isn't
would.
it?
Yeah.
Northwest Football Union. Yeah.
there you go.
I would have thought they were in the Launceston comp. They might have had to beat the NWFU
Wow.
to then
Yeah,
go
to
down.
get through to
I
the next
cannot
level.
remember I remember the finals and us playing.
Yep.
Oh well.
In
South
fairness,
Australian and
I
West
don't think we
Australian
actually
sides?
played them in that tournament.
No.
No, that's
But,
why I
they
can't
did
But
remember.
we'll give away a tea.
Anyway,
For
that's
sure.
all right.
So get in touch, Reeve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Greeners.
No, not at all. Well, in line with what we spoke about before, my yellow and black book is Big Nanka to be the most influential big man on the ground.
Okay, but that
Okay.
there's
Define
not-
big man.
You need to layer that somehow.
Well, he'll win the ruck battle,
Okay.
and he'll show up Sydney again
Will he have
that they shouldn't have given him away.
Maybe say 3 or 4 clearances or something like that,
Oh, okay. We'll have.
or a couple of contested marks. Something. Add a layer.
He'll kick 2 goals.
Oh wow, that's good. I'm going to just note that.
It's a good layer.
Good layer.
See, you put me under pressure. It was going fine. Why did I have to fall for that nonsense? Anyway. Anyway.
Alrighty.
Right, fair enough.
No stats. Remember.
What do you mean, no stats?
Well, it's
Have
meant
to have
be
some stats.
Telling us something we've never heard
All right.
before.
Well, you didn't know about this because there was no round this time last year, 50 years ago,
Well, that'd buy as
back
well.
in 67. It was interstate round.
Ah,
And
yeah.
it was Victoria versus Western Australia at the MCG, right? And the Tigers had 4 players in the Big V
Let me
lineup.
guess.
Yeah,
Let me
go on.
guess. Billy Barrett would have played.
Very good.
Billy.
Yeah.
Crowe. Neville Crowe.
No, Neville Crowe didn't play.
Who?
Royce?
Royce played. Of course, Royce
Yep.
played. I'll go on to that in a minute. Royce played. Billy.
How could he
Dick
play?
Clay,
He's from Tasmania.
Dick Clay.
It wasn't State of Origin.
Well, wasn't. This is pre-State
Yeah, it
of
wasn't
Origin
State of
days.
Origin.
Yeah. Dick Clay and Mike Perry was the centre half back in the team.
Big Red.
Big Red. Now it was a very it was a muddy track. It was quite a wet day. Very very heavy track there at the G. And I was actually there too. For a crowd of 44,133. The Big V won 2015 135 to WA 11 16 82. The stars for the Big V. Royce.
Of course. he
Right,
was.
Royce playing full forward. Now, there's an interesting story because there was a Victorian second team in that round that was playing Tassie down in Tassie, and Royce had been selected to play for Victoria against Tassie.
Tassie won that game, did they?
No,
they
the
didn't.
Vicks won.
Oh, okay.
Right, but Ron Barassi, you might recall last week's Spirit of 67, got injured in the Richmond-Carlton game, and didn't come up, so Royce got promoted from the second team, Victorian team, into the main team, proceeded to kick 7 goals. 7-4 in what, and he'd only played 8 or 9 VFL games. 7-4 in his first game.
That's incredible that he'd played 6 or 7 games and then kicked 7 in a state game.
14 kicks, 1 handball, 7 marks, 7 goals. So an extraordinary performance. So, and he vied with Billy Barrett for best on ground honours. Billy had he kicked 3 goals. Billy had a heap of the ball. Dick Clay was also in the best players, and Mike Perry did a really good job too. And just a quote from the he kicked a goal, Royce, with his first kick in state footy, and from Footy Week. A review of the game. Sensation of the game was the brilliant interstate debut by Richmond full forward Royce Hart. His 7 goals showed he will be a star of the future and probably will play for Victoria many times. As predicted in Footy Week earlier this year, this boy will be another John Coleman. A great performance. He is the personality player whom crowds will flock to see.
Beautiful.
There you go. So, but also, very quickly, I've got time?
Well, quick, yeah.
I just wanted to go through, because we'll talk about other things as well, what was happening in 50 years ago on Melbourne TV, 50 years ago. And these were some of the shows, okay? Yeah. So early in the morning, because TV only started late in the morning, didn't go all night or anything like that. So it was the Magic Circle Club. These are some of the shows for kids.
No one is going to know.
Here's Humphrey. Here's Humphrey. Yeah. The Kilmore Trots were on Channel 10. Channel O as it was, at midday. The Kilmore Trots at midday on Channel O. The Tommy Hanlon show, Grace. A show, Divorce Court, which I can relate to at the moment. Divorce Court was on at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on Channel 9. Jet Jackson, one of my great shows, Jet Jackson.
Get your house back.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Lassie, National Velvet, Rin Tin Tin. A lot of dog shows back then. Rin Tin Tin. The Flintstone, Bugs Bunny, Robin Hood, The Littlest Hobo, Gomer Pyle. The Littlest Hobo, with a B. Great show. Another show about a dog who just went travelling around everywhere. Gomer Pyle. Of course, the great Hello, Mr. Ed.
Hello.
Mr. Ed was there. We send our best to Wilbur too. The Three Stooges. Wise guy, huh? Homicide. And, So, and Till Death Us Do Part. And in Melbourne tonight with Graham Kennedy. So, there you go.
Oh, well done. Hey, I want to make a prediction.
Yes, go on.
I reckon that the NBA finals are on now.
Yep.
I reckon the Warriors are going to choke. I reckon they're going to lose. From 3-0 up, they're going to lose.
Okay.
All right? Just check in with me next week.
Don't know anything about basketball.
Yep.
90 all with 2 minutes to go. That's what basketball is. That's all you need to know. I went to a therapy group. No, I'm not a big fan.
Why?
Of basketball.
Good game.
That's not the joke. I went to a group therapy session the other day to help me cope with loneliness. Yeah.
We are,
No one else turned up. Sometimes the way the world is today, I wonder what my grandfather would think of it. Because he spent his entire life working in the kebab business, and was buried with all his equipment. Yeah, he's probably turning in his grave as we speak.
Johnny P thought we were on at midday and just rolled in. Johnny, you've missed the whole show, mate.
A mate of mine ran a sculpting studio. Yeah, until it went bust.
That's no good.
You don't like that?
No. Scones didn't either.
I don't like telling dairy jokes either. They're always too cheesy. What am I? So what am I? I travel all over the world, but always stay in the corner.
Where?
A stamp.
One more.
No, 2 more quickly. What kind of cheese is made backwards?
What?
Edam.
Oh.
Boom, boom. I've got very very sensitive teeth. You know that? Very sensitive. Yeah.
Only the little too.
In fact, they're probably just upset now that I've told you that. To be honest.
What?
Sensitive teeth.
Hey, just on the basketball thing. Footballers who played basketball in their younger days.
I know. We keep hearing
very
about
good vision. Roughhead.
What about those that
Pendlebury?
What about those that played lacrosse?
Bontempelli, Robbie Gray.
Badminton.
All played basketball. Play basketball, kids. It develops your football ability.
Marbles?
No.
Darts. What about if you play darts? You have good eyesight
vision,
to play darts. Yeah.
That's been Talking Tigers. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in early. We'll be back at 12 again next week. I'm off to get Dusty into the All-Australian team. JB is going back up to the office to work. And what are you doing, Tone?
I've got to find a home.
See you next week.